Hello Tuggers! This is Tug Helpful video number 3. It's going to talk about submitting a resort review and navigating a resort within the TUG Resort Review database. So let's get started. As you can see, we're on the TUG member homepage. The address you can see here at the top is tug2.com. You can type that into any web browser. It'll take you here. Doesn't matter where you are. What we're going to be accessing today, as we mentioned, is the resort review and information about timeshare resorts. The link to click on this particular section is available in 3 places on this page. At the very top of the page, titled Resorts and Reviews. In the middle of the page, here in the 4 quad box nav bar, titled Resorts and Reviews. And at the bottom of the page, clicking Browse Resorts and Reviews. Clicking on any of these will take you to the same page, so we're going to click on the one in the middle. Now, as you can see here, it loads by default the top-rated resorts in the TUG database, from highest to lowest. Scroll down through these and browse information about any timeshare resorts here on TUG. You can also use any of these left-hand side navigation bars to filter these resorts to get the results you're looking for. If you just want to see Marriott resorts or Hilton resorts or resorts in Hawaii or resorts just in Kauai, all of these left-hand nav bars are built-in queries that you can navigate very, very quickly through the TUG resort database, find the resort you're looking for, and get the information about that resort. My favorite way to do this is to type in an either individual word contained in the resort name or the full resort name itself. Individual words like Marriott helps if you can spell Marriott. Automatically populates all of the Marriott resorts in the database. This works for Westin, this works for Hilton, this works for Starwood, this works for Westgate, this works for WorldMark. All of these individual words contained in these resort names will let you easily find the resort that you're looking for by just typing it in here into the quick browse bar. In this case, we're going to be focusing on a resort called Marriott's Grande Vista, so I'm just going to type in Grande Vista. There's only one Grande Vista in the database, and that's the one we're looking for, so we're going to go ahead and click on that. And clicking search returns just this resort. As you can see, this information is free and open to the public, showing the ratings, where the resort's located, the number of reviews in that resort. And clicking on the actual resort itself gives much more information about the resort, including the address, the phone number, the website you can go to for the resort itself, watching a YouTube video about the resort information, quick description of the resort, link to a Florida Timeshare Owner Discussion Forum, which is on the TUG BBS. Along the left-hand side navigation bar are a variety of options that you have, both for members and non-members, to get more information about the resort. In this case, they alternate between member-only and non-member. The review section, which we'll click on here in a second, obviously will display the reviews. Classified ads will show all of the classified ads that members have posted for this resort. It's free and open to the public, and it's just going to show all of the for rent, for sale ads that members have posted for this individual resort. Wish ads the same way. Price history is a member-only section. We'll get to that shortly. Uploading a photo, a very underutilized section of TUG. We love to see member photos and would love it if you would upload photos for your resorts here and share them with all of the other TUGers. It's a very, very easy section to do. You do not have to be logged in. You don't even need to be a member to upload a photo. We'll take photos from anyone who's visited these resorts. And you can just click on Choose File to browse on your computer and upload these files straight to the TUG Resort Review database, and they'll be attached to this particular resort. So you don't even have to identify which resort you're uploading for, as long as you browse to the resort within the database and go to the Upload Photo tab. It will let you upload a photo for this resort. Another option here is Suggest Edit. This is where if you find any information that's old or outdated or just flat out wrong about that resort within the TUG database, send us a quick email. Let us know what's wrong. We'll get it updated ASAP. These emails go directly to the resort review managers who are responsible for maintaining these pages, so you know it's going directly to the right person. Write a review, which we're going to get to in a second. The Google Resort Map, which will display a quick Google map, aerial view, satellite view, whatever you like, of the resort in question. And lastly, Resort Topics, which is a super awesome section. This will actually automatically display any and all threads, pages, anything about the Marriott, about the resort you're actually looking at. It's a super awesome feature. You can see all of the threads on the forum, any advice articles right here, so you can actually get into discussing and getting information from other owners about this particular resort above and beyond the information that is listed for the ratings and review section. So The next thing we're going to actually do is show you how to write a review. And unfortunately, for this, you need to be logged in, so it's going to ask you to log in, which I'm going to do here real quick. And as you can see, the last review that we had, showing back in March, or just a few months ago, you read the information on that, but since we stayed there last month, again, I didn't. I'm just going to write a fake review, but I want to submit a new review. So in clicking on this, I'm going to go down to Write a Review. Notice it's already linked for this resort, so you don't have to pick the resorts, you don't have to do anything that you special to select the resort. You're already in the resort section, so it's going to automatically link this resort to this review. It asks at the top some very basic information about your stay. All of this information is optional. If you don't want to identify what room you stayed in, you don't want to fill out any of this information, you don't have to. It's just there to add additional information that TUG members might want to read if they're reading your review. So I'm going to say that I stayed in room 1. It was a 2-bedroom with a balcony. There was free on-site parking. There was a full kitchen, free in-room internet access. I didn't have any additional unexpected visitor fees that I was asked to pay. Laundry was in the room. There was an on-site convenience store that I could visit, and I was an actual owner at this resort versus staying as an exchange or a rental. Actually, I'm just listed as a rental. Again, all of this information, you don't have to fill out any of it, but of course this is great information that anyone reading a review would like to know. Selecting a rating. This is where you select how good your stay was. We like to base this on the resort itself, the overall resort experience. Obviously 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest. You can see it describes what these are. Anything above 8 is considered very, very good, a nice, very popular resort. And then you get down to the 7s and below, you're looking at the above average, but middle of the pack type stuff there. So I like this particular resort. I'd rate it an 8.5. Select the date of your visit. I stay there on July 1st. And then just type in a quick title. The review title is just a quick overview, what you would want the first person, like a title of a book. This is Great Stay in Orlando. Something like that, or I had a horrible experience, or we all couldn't unlock the door and we had to stay somewhere else. Whatever you want to say, just to get the user a good idea of if this review is going to be positive or negative, or what the review is going to be about. And here's where you write the bulk of the review. If you're just typing in a short review, just a few paragraphs, feel free to just begin typing. We have one of the major issues that people have reported is if they're typing a very, very long review and it's taken them 15, 20, 30 minutes to write this review, it is possible that your web browser will time out, and in submitting the review you'll get an error message because your login has expired and the web browser has no longer maintained that login, and hence that information is lost. The one thing we would really, really want someone to do is if they're typing in a very, very lengthy review is open up Notepad on your computer, or open up a Word document, or open up an email, which is what I find is easiest. Just type an email to yourself and begin typing the text of the review. That way, once you're done with it, not only do you have it saved for yourself, but then you could just copy and paste that right here into the review section, and never have to worry about losing a review, never have to worry about having it timed out. Again, we've taken steps to extend the timeout to as long as possible so that we don't have these issues, but we do realize that they still happen. So if you're going to type a very, very lengthy review and spend a whole lot of time on something, we definitely don't want you to lose that. We want to read it. We know you spent time and effort writing it, and we definitely want to share it with the world. So make sure that you type up a quick email to yourself with that text. You obviously don't need to include this stuff at the top in your email, just the bulk of the text. And for this case, to start, I'm just going to test review information typed here. Hi, Tuggers. The last 3 options are: I would like to volunteer to help other TUG members by answering questions. Clicking this box includes your email in a list of contacts. Again, we don't share this information with anyone. We're not going to give your email out to anyone else. It's just when someone clicks on that member help email that we saw earlier at the top and asks a question, it's just going to copy you on that question. You can choose whether to respond. Again, no one is given your email information. You're not sharing it with anyone whatsoever. It's held in the utmost security. It's just if you want to volunteer to be on the email list for people that ask questions about the resorts. Do you want to have your name listed on the review? It is actually not going to list your full name. It's going to list your username. So in this case, TUG Test or whatever username you chose for TUG. That is also perfectly optional. You do not have to to post your username on the, but many people like the notoriety and want to identify that they wrote that review. So, and if you want to identify whether you're an owner at this resort or not, again, many people looking at reviews want to know if the owner is writing the review or if it's just someone who doesn't have a vested interest in the resort who stayed there on an exchange or a rental. Definitely a useful tool to click one way or another. Once you've completed all that and you verified your information, you're going to click Submit Review. And as you see this, you're going to get an instant thank you message right here in green at the top that says, "Thank you for taking your time to submit this review to TUG. Your review will be posted within a few days." We do go through an approval process. Normally that takes less than 24 hours, but our review managers are volunteers, so if they didn't happen to log in that day due to whatever reason to approve reviews, don't get discouraged. Reviews are not lost. They're not deleted. They will always get published, and seeing things like that. So what we're looking for here in having the resort reviews is you have this. You're also going to get an instant email notification message. And for those of you that just heard my phone go off, that's the email coming in that says, "Hey, thanks for submitting that review. It's been appreciate you taking the time to submit this review," and again, it'll be posted in a few days. So if you're getting this information, you successfully submitted the review, there's nothing more that you need to do, and your review will be posted here within a few days, and you'll see it up here on the database. So that covers the process of submitting a resort review. We certainly hope that we've answered the majority of questions that we have for people posting resort reviews. And if you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to email us at tug@tug2.net. You can actually access that by clicking the contact link here at the top of the page. See our phone number, email address. You want to write us a letter, tell us we're awesome. Also be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. We post a variety of stuff every single day, information, top topics, stuff to catch up on if you can't visit the website every day. It's a great idea to follow us on Facebook, like us, friend us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter so that you can get that information out. Like to appreciate you taking the time to watch this, and looking forward to talking to you in our next video next week. Have a good day.